Good morning, everybody on YouTube. I let you in early. Now I'm letting in Periscope. Here we go. Periscope up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Patrick, good to see you. Good to see you, Marie. Good to see everybody. Hey, Keith, good to see you. Hey, everybody. Las Vegas gal. Freebird, everybody. Don, hello. Bill beat you, Don. I tell you, so disappointing not to see you get here on time. Yeah, we missed you. We totally missed you. Gonna try to go on Facebook Live as well. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Glad that you could be here. Hey, Hugh. Good to see you. Keith, good to see you. Can everybody hear me on YouTube? I'm not talking directly into the mic. So if you could please share and invite all of your followers, that would be great. Can everybody hear me on YouTube? Freebird, hello, hello. Okay, good. Media has taken to new levels over the last 2 days. Yep, they sure have. Hey, Danielle. Hey, everybody on Facebook Live. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Barbara, thank you for sharing. Everybody, please share if you can. Everybody on YouTube, if you would give me a thumbs up, that would be great. Everybody, hey, Mark, good to see you on Facebook Live. If you would share this, I would appreciate it. Has no friends, Don said. My service stinks today. Storms. Wow, can't get Periscope. That's bad. All right. So first thing I want to mention to you, I want to bring this up. It's a little bit of sort of housekeeping that I want to bring up. We've been having a lot. Hey, Gary, good morning. Hey, Mike, good to see you. We've been having a lot of trolls. Hey, Lisa. And I wanted to say this first and foremost. Good morning, Susan. When you are in Periscope, this goes to Periscope and this will go on YouTube too, but it'll be a little different instructions. If you see trolls that are coming in, because we've had trolls come in and trolls have wanted to disrupt by when somebody makes a comment, they report you as spam and you get blocked or you get a timeout. So if you could, when you see a troll, from now on, immediately swipe, go to the view profile, then go to the upper left-hand corner and block them, and I will block them as well. Apparently, there is a list going around with people's names on them, and if they come and bother you, they get extra points from someone. And I want to avoid that. I want us to be able to have a scope that we're really. I know it is terrible, Patrick. It's slimy. And I be careful with if you've given your emails out to anyone. I've been getting emails with attachments that people are hoping I'm stupid enough to open up. We are a video game now, yes. Arizona Mom, I would rather not say. Don said he loves trolls. But Arizona Mom, if you give it some thought, you can probably come up with who did it. Check your Periscope friends. Also, block people that you need to have blocked because you don't want them following you to various scopes. If your name is on that list, they're going to be following you. We have some trying to follow. Yes. Good morning, Marlene. And if you came in late and you didn't hear what I just said, please go back and listen to the scopes. Don't trust anyone at this time, Jeff said. That's true, Jeff. You just have to know that some people that you've never seen in person may not be who they say they are, and even the people that you have seen may not be who they say they are. Yes, it is high school drama. Yeah, I know. You would think that people would be old enough not to do that. But anyway, so if that starts happening, as I said, please block those people. No, I haven't seen USA Today, what they're doing. They are starting impeachment proceedings. Danielle, who said that? Don't trust any memos. Yeah. So let's go on and talk about what's really important. You're welcome, Arizona Mom. Well, Danielle, they're talking. They want to talk about it. House Dems were crying. Yes, it's the Democrats are always crying about stuff. That's what they do. Hoping someone has ideas to help the country. Okay, so let's talk about one thing really quickly before we get down to, because I want to spend a lot of time today talking about what it is that we need to do. Don, you're so funny. Um, yeah, they're always asking for an independent investigator. That's what they do, Danielle. Yeah, they always talk about it, Lisa. That's what they do. It's called a distraction, so that you will get so worked up in it that you won't have time to do anything else. So if I would really like it if if everybody today, if you could, the people that aren't here that you think should be here, please go ahead and DM them and ask them to come here. Ask people also to listen to this scope at the end. Retweet it, replay it, so that you can hear what we're saying. Stop complaining. Joined us because it's really important. Happy birthday, whoever said that. Big CPS, yes. Okay. Hi. If you're just joining us, please go back and listen to the beginning of this uh, Periscope broadcast, and then you can hear what we were just talking about. It's very important. Good morning, Mark. Good to see you, Mrs. Second Amendment. Thank you for sharing. Oh, good follower, good new follower. Thank you, Sonny. Glad that you're here. Welcome, um, J. Edgar Comey. All right. So, something I wanted to talk about on the memo that hasn't really been talked about, and it's very important. As you know, the whole thing, the big flap that came out yesterday about the memo is that they're saying that somebody leaked again. Renee, good morning. They that Comey was told by the president allegedly to stop the investigation on Flynn, and then after he had this conversation with the president, he supposedly wrote a memo out with the words on it to the effect of, "Hope you can let it go. He's a good man," and that's what is being alleged was said. Now, after that, couple days or weeks, I don't know how long it is, but nobody has seen the memo. That's right. It's always an anonymous source with a make-believe memo that was read over the telephone. It's that type of thing. It's the same stuff that we see all the time. So nothing new. So Comey was fired, and then immediately after he was fired, here comes a memo. Thanks, Greg. Thank you. Here comes a memo that surfaces from, again, this source, this unknown, make-believe, fictional source that we're supposed to believe is actually true. Now, here's what you should know. This is what you should be telling people. There is a law, and please, write this down so that you have this at your fingertips. 18 USC 4, 18 USC 4, and 28 USC 1361. Those are very important codes for you to write down, look up, and have them at your fingertips. What they basically say in the regards to this situation, if in fact Comey had been told by this President Trump, not to do an investigation, Comey should have, no, 28 USC 1361. 28 USC 1361. Hey, John, good to see you over on Facebook Live. Comey was required under the law to immediately inform the DOJ of any attempt to obstruct justice by any person, including the President of the United States. That's 1361 is one number, 1361. Failure to do so. Hey, Wendell, good morning. Failure to do so could result in criminal charges against Comey. Okay? So, number one, he was required. Good morning, Lisa. He was required under the law to report any obstruction of justice that he believed was coming from the president immediately to the DOJ. He did not do that. If there was evidence of that, we would have that all over the press by now. Failure to do that could result in criminal prosecution against Comey. Okay, that's the second big thing that's really important. So if Trump is in trouble, that means Comey's in trouble too. Well, it certainly would say that. Yes. Trump never said that. Yes. And number 3, if Comey failed to do what he was supposed to do under 18 USC 4 and 28 USC 1361, then Comey, if everything is proven that he failed to do so, and that if the president actually did tell him to obstruct justice, then Comey could lose his bar license. He's an attorney. He could lose his license. So knowing Comey the way that you do, knowing Comey is a stickler for the law, according to Comey, knowing Comey does everything by the books, according to Comey, knowing Comey doesn't do anything like, oh, well, we can't talk about classified information here. So he wants you to perceive that he is doing everything by the books. If he does everything by the books, as he says he does, why did he not report the president to the DOJ under the law? Comey knows the law. If he doesn't know the law, he should have known the law. Ignorance is no excuse. Thank you, Gary. So here's what's important. Here's why I'm telling you this. This is important that when the Democrats come out and say, look what Trump did, you have ammunition to go back and show them why this is all a lie. It looks like a coup. And yesterday I came on and I was furious yesterday. I had a Periscope. If you didn't see it, go back and see it. I'm furious at what is trying to be done to this president. Now, I wrote an article yesterday. Okay, it's on my SusanKnowles.com. It came out this morning. It's about what the liberal agenda is and what they're trying to do. It's an opinion piece that I wrote. Please, would you please retweet that article anywhere, everywhere, in every group that you can possibly find. Hey, Bill, good morning. The reason I'm saying this, thank you, Ms. Second Amendment. The reason I'm telling you this, and this is where you as an American citizen should be absolutely furious. And I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to veterans. As, veterans, you should, Don, you and Bill should really be, on fire about this right now. This is not only trying to take the President of the United States down and a soft coup, which Jay Sekulow called it a soft coup, in the deep state that's been going on within our government so far. They're not only trying to take our president down, they are trying to take our country down. This impacts you and me as an American citizen. Do you understand that? As an American citizen, they are coming after the political process and our very sovereignty of the United States so that they can regain control. They're going to, it's a way to subtly, tacitly overthrow the government without overthrowing the government. I know, Cully. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. And so this is not a fight about just our president. This is a fight about our country. There has never been so much political craziness because it's never existed before. When we had Obama, when we didn't like Obama, we never tried to overtake the country and take control away from the political process and the sovereignty of the United States. And that's what's happening. And we need people to rise up and do legally and morally everything that they can do. Jeff said this is an attempt to take America. It will soon go from soft to hard. We are ready. And yeah, Jeff, I don't want a civil war. I don't want a civil war. What I want is for the word to get out there. I want the evil that is hiding in the darkness and those that are sent out into the public eye to talk about this. I want those people to be called out. There you go. They want to be. They need to be called out, and we need to call them out. We are the people. We must expose the evil. That's right, Barbara. We can't sit back and sit on the couch every day and say, "Well, hey Jerry, how are you?" Jerry, it's really important to watch the very beginning when you replay this. Where do we find this article again? Sorry, just jumped in. Bill, it's at SusanKnowles.com. SusanKnowles.com. There are the lies are coming fast and furious, no pun intended, against this president. And as you know, yesterday, okay, we had this resolved yesterday about the fact that President Trump did not reveal any information. Yeah, I know, no support from Ryan. It was like, well, we need to hear the the facts or whatever. Yes, we need to hear the facts, but Ryan, we need for you to say, quit playing your games, Democrats. We're not buying it. That's what we needed him to say, but he can't. But what happened yesterday with McMaster, and nobody is talking about this. This is, again, what you need to talk about. God is in charge, Jeff. If you do or say nothing, you are contributing to what is happening. Jeff, I believe that the people who are awake need to stand up. And if you're not awake, you need to get awake. But back to another point. Thank you, Bill. Another point that you need to be able to tell people is at the end of that, at the end of McMaster's press conference, he said, we didn't brief the president on who the source was. So he didn't know who the source was, okay? He didn't know. Calling them out, they will get violent and then blame you. Same old story. I know, Gary. But we don't, they're the ones that we've seen with Antifa. We don't have Antifa. We're not being violent. So anyway, that's another piece of information to use. Go back and listen to the press briefing with McMaster. At the very end, he said Trump did not know who it was. So you can't tell somebody a name when you don't know who they are. But nobody's talking about that in the press either. No, they're not willing to condemn Antifa because I think, tacitly at least, they support Antifa, if not wholeheartedly. So again, that's another thing that you should talk about. Also, right after that, the New York Times comes out before somebody else did, but they came out and they said the source was Israel. Again, it was some official leaking the information that it was Israel who told the president that. That's right, Fireplace. That's why we need to stand up. We are sitting here waiting for somebody else to do the job. Greg said the best thing we can do is ignore Fox and MSM and let people know that what we hear and see that is negative is likely psyops, and from never Trumpers and mainstream media. Absolutely true, Greg. Absolutely true. It still needs to be exposed, yes. Hugh says Antifa is anti-First Amendment as well. It is anti-fascist and anti-First Amendment. And we need to be able to have the talking points. That's why it's so important for you to know what was in the briefing yesterday. That what McMaster said, that he supported Trump by his statement. And also the fact that the New York Times came out and exposed the source. So they're exposing what they claimed was classified information. Okay, that's the second point. The third point is that the president, even if he had known the source and given the source, he can declassify classified information on the spot. He has the authority to do that, whether the Dems like it, whether the left likes it, or anybody else. So therefore, he did nothing illegal. So that's the third talking point. Jeff thinks Priebus is at the top of the Trader Network. Other people think it's true, Jeff. I have no idea. I haven't seen any proof of that one way or the other. The other information that you need to tell people is that Israel came out afterwards and said, yes, it's all about intent for obstruction of justice, Patrick, coming from the left. Israel came out and said, yes, we are the ones that gave out, we're the source. Yes, we're the source, okay? So they confirmed it. And they also said, and it's no big deal, we have the trust in the president, the United States, on and on and on. So Israel wasn't upset. Hey, good morning, Melody. Please listen to the replay when you get a chance. Very important. And finally, Russia is even saying, hey, if you want to know what he said with Prime Minister Lavrov when they were in their meeting, we have the information. Now, again, I don't know if the Russians were taping everything that was being said or they were allowed to tape. I have no idea. And so you have everybody else. Uh, Bill said he got the memo from Comey. It says bread, milk, and cereal. So funny, Bill. So, and if our allies, as Patrick just said, if our allies aren't upset about it, we shouldn't be either. But this is a way for the Democrats, the liberals, those on the left who want to destroy this country, and it's not all Democrats, but it's those people who are involved in this. They're coming out every day, and you need to have information to give back to them. Now, yesterday in my scope, I asked everybody to please think about what we can do to turn the tide around on this, because we really do. I hope you thought of some things. I thought of some things, but before I get there, I wanted to tell you something. If people didn't hear the information that I said yesterday on my scope in the afternoon, I do a show with a co-host on Tuesdays, God's Views on Political News. It's a program that I came up with the concept of, and it involves having, talking about politics and news, but with a slant to what the Bible would say. His name is Bill. Bill gave me permission to tell you this, and I think this is something that you need to hear. The president, as you know, is a Christian, and he has people around him, other evangelicals around him, that believe in him. And also, there are a couple of people that he calls upon, that if he needs prayers, he calls them and says, I need prayers. Please pray for us, pray for the administration, and whatever the case may be. Of course, he does not tell them why they're praying for him. He just asks for prayers. So just in case somebody's listening and thinks he gives out classified, confidential information to the evangelicals, he's not. He's asking for prayer. So I thought that was good to share that with you, to let you know that he is a Christian, that he is seeking God. He continues to seek God. He continues to seek prayer. LA Child, good to see you. Please listen to the replay, LA Child, very important. Gary said Marxists are very well trained in your schools. They sure are, Gary, but they've had practice since the early 1900s. Yeah, so it's really important for you to remember that, for people not to confuse you also as to what that is. Now, here are a couple of things, my ideas that I've come up with. Please share your ideas. Number one, as somebody had pointed out, prayer. We need to be praying for this president and our administration on a daily basis. Put them on the top of your list. Good morning. Put them on the top of your list and make sure that you pray every single day. Yeah. Yep, every single day. And pray the stupid way. I pray all the time. Gluten-free, that's good. Yes, daily. And if you know that there is an increased attack upon the president and the office of the president, and may I remind you again, on America itself, you need to continue praying and pray even more. So that you will know that you are praying for him, you are doing all that you can in that regard. Now, the other thing that I think, they're trying to destroy this country, and they're trying to wrestle back control of this country. Pray without ceasing, pray the left away. Psalm 143, as I talked about the other night, is a very good psalm to read if you want to read a psalm as you're praying. Psalm 143, the very last lines of Psalm 143 are very pertinent to what we're doing and what President Trump is going through. Now, the other thing, for those of you who do the memes, that you have the ability to do the memes, that you have the software that you can do them, we need to have memes about the left. However, God is in control, gluten-free, yes. We need to have memes, but we don't need funny ones making fun of the left. Time for, joking around. To destroy the country is the same as controlling it to the Democrats. Yes, Big Round. LA Child said, oh, darn. Okay. So yeah, I know. No funny memes. We need the memes that maybe have the person's picture on it, but also gives factual information. We could do that, or I could read Psalm 143, Lisa. They're no longer funny, they are evil, yes. But our time for, putting things like, Pocahontas next to Senator Warren, that's funny amongst maybe the conservative, but we want to get the word out to the left. And if you put something out there that is, funny or whatever in the very beginning, they're not going to read it. They may not read it if it's not funny, but at least we have an opportunity to try to take those out. What points do you want to stress? Factual information. Like go and look up Maxine Waters and put factual information about her. Do that, go. I have articles that I've written at SusanKnowles.com. Go in there and look at for factual information. Factual information on all these people, whatever meme that you wanna do. If you know somebody who's very good at memes, let them know. But again, it has to be factual. There is a spiritual war going on gluten free. It absolutely is. So, that's a good thing to do. We need to pray for integrity on both sides, but nobody is doing anything to Trump but himself. Well, that's not true, Elder, but thanks for coming in and thanks for being the downer in the broadcast. Please, everybody, when I block somebody, please block that person yourself, so they won't be coming and following you in different groups, and they won't be coming back to other groups that you're in. So, block those same people, if you will, please. Maxine saying, I squandered handouts from your taxes. Whatever factually based things you have, and if you can fit that in a meme, uh, uh, put your source in the meme as well. So that people can say, well, oh, you're making this up. No, here it is right here. I don't like the joking post of the progressives either. There's no joking matter. No, it's no joking matter. Whatever you think, but do something that is factually based. And again, this is not a comedy hour. It's not supposed to be about that. It has to be, it has to be something that people can look at and learn from. Hey, Mike, stay on topic, okay? So, also, another thing is that the articles that I write, the articles that other people write, and I'm talking about articles that come from, factually based stuff, that conservatives put out, that I put out. If you're not retweeting these, then I won't. Then it's doing no good. I'm writing these articles for nothing. Yeah, I've seen that, Bill. But make sure when you're saying that information, just because you heard it from somebody doesn't mean it's true. Get a couple of sources. Check the sources. In my articles, I always give you the sources. Try to be as legitimate sources as I can find for you. So again, looking at Periscope pundits without sources that they're giving you, don't rely on that. I'm not saying they're not accurate, but you can't rely on that. You got to go check it out. Fact check. Don't be fake news, right? Yeah, Bill. You can look at Google Maps, but I don't know if she has an apartment that she rents or whatever. Careful, that's not something they can be turned back on us, right? Don't be hypocritical. Don said use crayons. No, Don, I don't think we need to do that. But I think that you've got to be careful of what you're doing. Even when we present facts, the left fails to acknowledge. That's true, LA Child, but you never know who that one person is that's going to be looking at the information, and it may stick that one day, and it takes one day, one person to change, one at a time, if that's what we need to do. Because the left changes one person at a time. They change your children every day in the public school district, and they have since the 1900s. So, doing it like they do, doing it every day and consistently changes things. So that's what we need to do as well. And again, going in other groups. I don't, if you can go into a liberal group that is open to seeing things. You can put articles in there that you share articles to them. No, we're not going to make up fake news. Um, and we could also put the memes in there. We could just other groups that maybe that aren't related necessarily to the topic of Donald Trump. You could maybe share what you have. What do you think about using movies, documentaries? If movies are great. There's a lot of documentaries that people do, but for people to do those documentaries, sometimes you need money. However, if you want to do some research and you want to come up with your own type of uh, documentary that exposes things, and do that. Put something together. I go to many liberal groups, and now they follow me and harass me all over the scopes. I know, Ellen Child, but it's. I don't go and waste my time and go there to argue or anything like that. I'm talking about, let's say, a Facebook group, a group that's on the internet that doesn't have anything to do with certain liberal groups on Twitter. Some again groups that are open to it, and for God's sake, stay out of arguments with people because the arguments aren't going to work. Mike said Comrade Comey may have outsmarted himself. James Comey has painted himself into a corner by indirectly leaking a memorandum to the New York Times. A person who read the memo shared. Let me see if I can get the rest of it. Uh, bah, 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 bah. Will almost certainly be testifying before Congress. I missed part of it. Congress in public. There will be ample time to subpoena his memo and question him on his professional obligations under the law to report anything that he interpreted as obstruction of justice. If he alleges criminality on the part of President Trump, he implicates himself. Exactly what you said, Susan. Yep, there you go. So he has painted himself in the corner. And Greg, I don't know necessarily if it was Comey who leaked that memo. It could have been somebody else in his office thinking, oh, well, we'll just put this out here. We'll show those people. And they went ahead and leaked it, not knowing how that would implicate Comey. That would be great. That would be so funny if that happened. And don't forget that Comey did, not that this is against the law, but he did give donations to the Clinton Foundation. And that Clinton Foundation is something, again, I think we should go after. I also think that we should tweet to the president and Sean Spicer, on a daily basis. Positive news, things that we're doing, letting them see that we support them. Just as our education system has used a technique that brainwashes the children by teaching them not to ask why. Yeah, well, it's called getting rid of critical thinking, Jeff. Common Core. I thought Spicer is fine. Done. Okay, so hey, Ellen, good to see you. Please watch the entire video, Ellen. A lot of news today, a lot of things to talk about. Yeah, Patrick, it goes up and down. Spicer needs our support. Common Core needs to be gone. They need to see our support and do so, and so do their other followers. Helps to know we're not alone. Yes, 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 and yes. Don is speaking Russian over here for whatever reason on YouTube. Spicer is a good man. So I've given you my ideas. And I would like for you to block that person that I just blocked, please. Could you also give me your ideas? What do you think that are some of the things that we could do that would help the cause, help keep the left from destroying our country? Because your ideas are extremely important. And anybody who's coming in that is late, if you could share with your followers, also please make sure that you hear the replay on this, and retweet this, please. Yes, we do need to speak up. Patrick, you need to find their names and just block them on Periscope. Hello, how are you? He backed off some after he got into office. Who's that, Renee? So, again, I've given you my thoughts about what we need to do in order to start doing this. Is anybody in here willing to do the memes? Those people who have the software capability to do the memes. Again, not comedy memes, not funny ones, but ones that have factual, information, preferably with sources listed as well. Shauna, please go back and listen to the replay because it's really important. I talked about it. We need serious memes with factual information and sources. Rallies be good, taking them to D.C. or just in our own areas. Carmen, they would be excellent if we could get people to go do that. Low on skill, but I can give it a shot. Why censored said, well, it just give it a shot. Oh, Hugh, perfect. Hugh can do memes too. We'll okay. Thanks, Shauna. We need to get those circulated. We need to get those trending. If you see somebody that's done a meme, get those trending. If you can come up with when you do your meme, if you have a hashtag with it, let's kind of maybe think of a hashtag that we can all sort of agree with so that we can get that trending, that we're all using that same hashtag and we're all making comments on that same hashtag. Don said he can hammer a meme. Well, Don, if you can get it on the internet afterwards. Anyone know some good Republican meme artists? Comey memo. Well, but this is going to be on other things. This is not just going to be on the memo. It's going to be on things for everything. We should follow artists. We should. It's going to be on different topics. Like for example, let's expose the left. Let's expose the wrongdoing of the left. There's so much that you can put on about Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, Corinne Brown, all of those things. And again, if some of the sources you can find in the articles that I've written on SusanKnowles.com. If you don't want to, go about doing the research on them or you need some fast quotes or whatever, go there and get them. Gosh, they asked me to moderate that statement that LA child, Marlene, block that person. Block that person. Because they're in here to try to disrupt. If anybody is disrupting and asking for moderation, to somebody to be moderated or saying that they're spamming, block those people. And then let me know who they are. I'll block those people as well. They're trying to disrupt. As I said in the beginning, there is a list that's out there with different people's names on it, and they're trying to disrupt the scopes. Those people need to be blocked. They're going to be reported, and they need to be, leaving people alone. They get points for coming in and disrupting scopes. Yes, Shauna, like yours, I'm on the list, and my name better come off of any list that people have out there. I'm telling you right now, my name better not be on any defamatory list. Yeah, I will go back and block them later, but Jerry, I need to know who they are. Hey, Monique, been catching up on the news. Wow, so much going on. Yes, Monique, you need to go back and listen to the very beginning of this YouTube or go to Periscope and listen to that. Extremely important news today, Monique, in this Periscope. So one of the things that we also would like, again, I need you guys to come up with some things that, thanks, Greg. Dirt to dig up a ditch would never trump us. Exactly, Greg. Thanks for coming in Facebook today. And everybody, please Facebook. Thank you, LA Child. You're awesome, too. And if everybody, again, please put your ideas out there. I'm ready to listen. I want to know what you have to say. Don't believe the masses are winning. The majority of Americans wanting to return to Christian values. I'm in the book of life. Nothing else matters. That's true, Mike. Sickum Don says, I will do that when the ends. Can't wait to listen from the beginning. I think you'll like it, Monique. But, today, again, while there are things that are happening in the news, nothing is as important as saving our country. And we need to do something. We can't keep just doing nothing. Well, if anybody was in D.C., no, it wouldn't be better if Pence took over. So, yeah, take that. Jamie, don't make me laugh. President Trump has done absolutely nothing wrong. There is absolutely zero evidence of any wrongdoing. The left is only talking accusations, and they want you to believe it. That's true, Robin. Trump is the president and doing a great job. So that's exactly what the left does to undermine the president. They say accusations long enough, they're hoping that you think that it's the truth. Wish I could post memes in the chat here. I do too, Hugh. But, you can, it is all a witch hunt. He stepped out of his limo with his right foot. Yeah, exactly. Is a long range. They are making up. Do we have a hashtag? Well, they're going to be different hashtags depending upon who you're talking about. For example, if your meme is about Maxine Waters, you want your hashtag to be something related to her or something going on that's related to what the left is trying to do. How about expose the left? Hashtag expose the left. Does everybody like that? We can put hashtag expose the left on every single thing that we do. So every meme, I don't think it's too long, Tiki, but anyway, I think on every meme that you do, on every article, everything that we do, everything that we retweet, no, if you say expose the swamp, the left isn't necessarily going to know what that is. They'll know who they are on the left. So is everybody in agreement to use expose the left? Jamie and Shauna, can we agree to use expose the left? Even if Trump did say he hoped the FBI would drop the investigation against Flynn, there's an enormous difference between hoping versus commanding. I don't think it takes up that many characters. Let's try it and see. Expose the left. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. See, what they're doing is that they're trying to, quote unquote, say what Trump did with no proof. We need to have memes, articles, everything else that they've done with sources that show that it is factual and true. Thanks, Guzman. And that's what we need to do. And people who see it will know what it means. Expose the left. Expose the elf. No LA child, the left. Russians are being used to hide the fact that DNC murdered a leaker, according to JD. LA said she's sorry. LA's going to get blocked again. Don says hashtag Binky. Today is, I have no idea if that was delivered or not. Today is supposed to be the last day that it's delivered. Yeah, I think putting expose the left or, would be better if we could put, because expose left sounds like a command, expose left, we don't want that. So expose the left. And when you see that, I don't think we should leave the "the" out, Barbara. When you see expose the left, please, when you see hashtag expose the left, retweet it, share it, place it everywhere, put it in your memes, everything. No, lefties sound, people with, that's too, LA Child, I get your point, but it's too comedic, this is serious business. Expose the left, hashtag expose the left. Yes. We'll run with that. And we'll see how that one goes. And it would be great if we could get that trending. I think that's something that people might pick up and keep retweeting, and we can get that trending. If so, I will write an article about it, and I'll get that out to all the places that I send my articles to. Sean, I hope you heard that, and I hope Jamie heard that as well. Expose the left. Hashtag expose the left, Cully. We can check back on the hashtag for more, if it's not trending. Expose the left, Monique. No, not with an ed. Expose the left. I think Slammer Slayer. You're just trying to be cute, but it doesn't. It's not. It's not really cute when you're saying it like that. So anyway, um, good morning, Keith. How are you? Good to see you. Anybody come up with any other ideas? Carmen, any ideas? Shauna, any ideas? Laura, I know LA child. We could have fun in another scope. This is like, I am, as I said yesterday in my afternoon noon scope. Americans should be outraged. They should be outraged because not only about what they're trying to do to the president, but what they're trying to do to us, to our country. Crap types with one finger. Yeah, I think we need to start with expose the left, Jamie, and everybody stay with that so we can get that trending. I'm outraged, but I have to laugh at the. Yeah, well, but you know why censored? It could be funny, but it's too real to be funny. Blind sheep are easy to slaughter, Ray said. Okay. And so we have to, it's past time of doing something. I think we'll ultimately come down to Republican politicians who control all the branches. Let's get it trending. Alan, thank you. Expose the left. LA Child, our late night last night. Barbara is tired because of it. They don't get it. People are oblivious. Russians influence uneducated. Oh my goodness. Okay. We can't remain apathetic. No, Rays, we're not a victim. It's impossible to understand. They still are hurt. What the left are doing is no joke. That's right, Cully. They are disenfranchising us, the voters. The world should be outraged. I am Canadian. I'm outraged for you. Thank you. Thank you, Marlene. Snap out of your ignorance, Rays. Enough with the Russians. Right. POTUS needs a crack media crew because he ain't got one now. Yeah, POTUS needs to also shut down the entire press for a while, the press briefings. Anybody have any other ideas? Anything else that we could do as a group? Yes, Hillary was supposed to carry on the globalist plan, and this is Plan B because they didn't win. They were carrying out their Plan A, and now they're into Plan B because they didn't win. If you read my article, and please, I'm asking everybody to retweet that article. You will see that I put in the Saul Alinsky rules that I think are really applicable in what they're doing. I know, Don. It's true. More like Plan D. POTUS needs to just do tweet reports. Yep. We'll check your Twitter. It's Hella. It's SusanKnowles.com. It's my website, SusanKnowles.com, and the article is there, and it could also be in the Twitter feed. Yeah. Should we check episodes of House of Cards for point? Oh my God! Did you see LHL? My hand started to move. I'm for tweet reports. Whoever said that? SusanKnowles.com. Thank you. Just need more time to come up with good hashtags and memes. Let's stick with one hashtag for now. Expose the left. Let's put that on everything so that we can get that going. Please, everybody, block that person. Delay 05. Can Trump send campaign team and money to Canada for next election like Obama did? I know, Hugh, right? Others are organizing a protest at CNN Atlanta. That was great. I mean, anybody who's in a town like that has the media located in their town, if they could actually get people together that would do that, that would be great. That you're just standing outside, with holding your signs, your First Amendment rights are being expressed. That would be great. Democrat Al Green calls for Trump's impeachment this morning. Monique said, "Yeah," and Monique and okay, everybody block Rays if you haven't already done it. And Monique, the Maxine Waters does it every day. Yeah, I know, Barbara. I blocked LA Child once. But she came right over to YouTube, so she was safe. If you get blocked by me accidentally, go over to YouTube and you know. So I'll see you. Yeah, Ray's had to go. Expose the left. Yes, Jeff, that's perfect. Hashtag expose the left. The left. Representing congressmen and senators, they don't support vote them out. Tell us before you block because I can't after you do. Carmen, I have to be quick about it because you know it goes away and then they don't say anything. So if anybody got Reyes, Reyes, tell Carmen. I was blocked by Cernovich yesterday. He's unforgiving. I'll never be accepted back. Oh well. I know. Laura, sometimes, I see something, trigger finger. I mean, I've gotten to be so fast, fast and furious. Yeah, he's speaking at the Coast Guard. Where I am, who cares? Yeah, resist bot is a good site on the left connected to senators. Use it for our message. Resist bot. Is that resistbot.com? LA Child? Okay, perfect. Resistbot.com. Is anybody in an area where they could get a protest going, where people go out and just exercise your First Amendment rights by holding up signs or anything like that? Pelosi says you can't impeach someone because of the color of their hair or just because you don't like them. Said you have to have a better reason than that. Well, that's good. That's uh, that's really good, Monique. Finally, she got something right. Nasty 8282. If you want to block that person, nasty 8282. You can write that down and then go back and make sure that they don't come into your scopes or whatever. Just block them. Yeah, she accidentally forgot to lie to people. Yep. Just Google resist bot. Okay, I will. So, in other news, just quickly, you probably heard this morning. Hey, Judy, please make sure that you listen to the replay. Ton of information here. It's vital for you to listen to today. So, hopefully, you get a chance to do that. Thank you. As you know, Tom Tillis in North Carolina got booted from the chat for a minute. That's weird, Hugh. I didn't do it. Bring pen and paper to class tomorrow. My trolls stay in block prison, Cully said. Tom Tillis collapsed during a race in D.C. He's from North Carolina. And he basically, he says it was dehydration. Alaska Bush Life. Please, if you will, listen to the replay of this. Please retweet this everywhere. Kind of gives a call to action for all of us and really important stuff that we need to be doing. And we need to get on this today. Today. And it also lets you know about how, blocking the trolls and why we're doing that. Trump was yelling at Kushner in the White House. No, Patrick, I didn't see that. Expose the left. Hashtag expose the left. Alaska Bush Life. Let's get hashtag expose the left. We'll try to get that trending today. Everything is tweet. I can't say it anymore. Trending today. And then if it does start trending, I'm going to try to write an article about it and what we're trying to do and why. Choose spam. Periscope blocks them. Yeah, but usually Carmen temporarily. You guys can do the spam stuff. I'm just blocking people. I'm blocking anybody that tries to come in and disrupt, tries to be rude, being disrespectful. I don't have time for it. America doesn't have time for it. Enough is enough. Yep, that's what I'm doing. No time for rude. Don said, Yeah, we'll try. Don, right now we're just going to use one hashtag. Hashtag expose the left. We want to get that trending. Time for MAGA. Absolutely. Rules of Periscope say no one use or call to action terminology. Why is that? Oh, because they don't like it? Whatever. No Periscope will list them under spam and remove them. Pathetic that they feel need to troll in here. Yep. It's pathetic also that there's a need for a list to be created with people's names on it and to tell people to go after people so they get points. That's ridiculous. That's the most childish thing I think I've ever heard of. I know, Don. Keep it for later. Thank you, Carmen. But we can't, like, every day keep watching the left do this. Scope on the Constitution? No, I don't think so. Everyone has and does it. Yep. It just shows their true colors. Yep. Just post it. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. I guess we need to find another word for action. What's another word for action? Okay, Don. Thank you, Lisa. We'll talk to you later, okay? Post the Constitution on Twitter. The left has never read it. Yeah. They don't care. Even LA Child, even if they've read it, they think it's an outdated rag that they don't need to read. So, there you go. Okay, Carmen, thank you. LA Child, let's follow me and let me know if you find one. Yeah. Never read it, but they pretend to love it now. Invite all your conservative followers. Yeah, I mean, if you want to know what the Constitution says, go out and read it. Maybe that can be one of the memes that somebody does about the Constitution. I mean, a lot to put on there, but put maybe the important ones and how the left is not following them. I know, Don, you're just a rebel. Left never seems to have read the Constitution, right? The Convention of States, yeah. I'm going to have somebody on my show coming up pretty soon about the Convention of States. I went to law school with the guy who started the Convention of States. Teach our kids, but now we teach others. Yes. Yeah. So I mean that'll be good, and because the Convention of States it's kind of difficult, long to talk about. I did a show a long time ago on it, and if you go to SusanKnowles.com, I'm on the West Coast, Jamie. Yes. If you go to SusanKnowles.com, you go to the search bar on the page and put in Mark Meckler. I was due to have him on my show. Shared your scope. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate you, Lemon, for doing that. Gotta go. Farrier's here. Yay. We'll watch replay. Thank you, Shauna. I didn't know what that. No, that's why I asked. Okay, not a problem. Yes, I'm on the left coast. Red living in a blue state. Um, but anyway, he wasn't able to come on, and so his publicist, PR person, filled in. Thank you, Lisa. And basically they talked about the Convention of States. This was very early on. Wow. Why censored? What are our chances of taking California back? A miracle. Remember, hashtag expose the left. Hashtag expose the left. Fly motion movement occupation, Monique said. Those do happen. Why censored? We do need to pray. Yep. We need to pray. Certainly we do. So I want to thank everybody today for coming here. If you think of more ideas, please let's talk about them. Also, hashtag expose the left all day long. Let's get that trending. No more left in California. Uh, well, you'd be surprised, Kelly. You'd be surprised. Check out Oregon. Oregon, Washington, some of those areas. But we need to get that going. Read Constitution, cite our rights. Thank you for fighting against fake news media. Susan, thank you, Patrick. Thanks, Susan. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you. Continue to pray. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I might be on later tonight with another scope, and we can, talk more about different things or whatever. Uh, oh wow, that's so great. No Law and Order. You're no, you just don't like it. You don't like he did something great for the cadets. So anyway, all right, you guys, have a great one. Stand up to evil. Take care. All right, everybody on. I just dropped my microphone on YouTube, Facebook, Facebook Live. Have a great day. Thanks so much for coming. Please share this with everyone. Thank you guys on YouTube. Please give me a thumbs up if you will, and I will talk to you later. Take care.